Anyway, I was like, thinking,
we are not all here.
Put that there.
What did you put? Where? Where are we?
Hey,
you're supposed to be talking at the same time. You're stopping while I'm talking. You're listening to me.
Yeah.
What is going on right now?
What's going on?
This
Not
is
all here. Hey, this is amazing, actually. Anyway, hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, Easy L, and I got...
JRB, the producer, Jettison Bombardier, the man of many names, Vanilla Vandross. Oh my God.
And then I am the Lo-Fi Barry White. Woo! You hear that? Lo-Fi Barry White. That sounds so smooth.
You're smooth in here.
And you are tuned in to episode 2 of Not All Here podcast. And we got quite a show today. I would say so myself.
We do?
Yes, we do. We got a lot of stories, a lot of things to talk about. It's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. What a crazy week it's been.
It's been a great week.
Oh yeah, I agree. It's been good, and it's been some like crazy moments. It's almost like watching, a close game, and you're just like, oh shit, you don't know which way it's gonna go, and then somebody makes that one play, that Hail Mary, throws it down, and then catches it, or they miss it.
Right. So you're talking about the election. I guess that's what I'm assuming.
Yeah. So we're gonna start off the show today with basically the time that we're recording this is Sunday, November 8th, and I'm pretty sure the whole world already knows by now, because it's all over social media. It seems that Joe Biden has won.
Yes.
That's all you can say. Yes.
Yes. Yesterday was amazing. I looked at way too much social media. I think I stared at my phone for hours.
Man.
Just enjoying funny memes, funny tweets, seeing frustration from one side, like exhilaration from the other side. It was amazing. I regret not going downtown Atlanta yesterday.
Man,
I should have went somewhere.
I know it was popping. I didn't even know, but you were telling me how popping it was down there. People were celebrating. I think I saw some clips from like CNN. People were out there and everybody was like throwing up signs, and it's so funny because like they were playing "Fuck Donald Trump," I think, out there, or it might have been in LA that I had saw a clip from.
Well, they probably played that
everywhere. Yeah, they probably played it everywhere.
I didn't see an Atlanta clip of that, but man, people were just celebrating everywhere, man. And I was gonna go out there, and I was like, nah, I'm just gonna chill. I should have went out there. I regret not going out there.
Man, you would have been out there, just jetty out there with the people, and been like, yeah. You was like, oh yeah, Joe Biden.
It would have been nice to just experience the I don't know, the feeling in the air. Rello went out there, and he said it was a crazy feeling. He said he's never really felt that just like a different kind of energy out there.
Yeah. No, I can definitely try to imagine that. Just it's like the closest thing that because of course I wasn't out there either. I was like working or something, but the closest thing that I can relate it to is like I know where I was when Obama got elected, because like I was in college,
right?
And like I remember like the night that they were like, "Hey, Obama's the next president," and he was like the first black president. Man, like the university, I went to UCA in Arkansas, bruh. It was lit.
Really?
Like people were in the streets.
Did you go out?
Yeah, I went out because like all the students who lived on campus, which I lived on campus at the time. Bro, they were playing like "My President is Black" by Jeezy, and like people were just crowded. It was a crazy energy. I was like, "Whoa, this is wild." And then that's like what I imagine, not to that extent, but people were like, "This is like a different type of feeling, I guess," because you're kind of like, "Oh, relief,"
right,
type of thing to get Trump out and stuff. And so, but I can only imagine how the feeling was out there.
Yeah, when Obama got elected, I just sat at home in the couch. I'm kind of a hermit. I didn't do anything. I enjoyed watching TV the same way I did this time. Next time something major happens, I need to leave the house. I need to be less of a hermit. But yeah, man,
I can see that. So congratulations to Joe. And it's crazy because I know too, you were telling me I went to Trump's Twitter and you were telling me of like just the tweets that he was sending out. Yo, and I was like, man, I'm not surprised, but at the same time I'm just like, damn, he really out here tweeting this crap or whatever. And it was just like, I was up in the polls, I was doing this, all the cheating, all the accusations and stuff with no like evidence or whatever.
Man, it's kind of embarrassing. It
really is.
It's like a temper tantrum. Yeah. It's almost like a little kid, like I don't want to diss anybody that supports him, but you kind of feel like dissing people that support him. Like,
exactly.
Honestly, I would love to have a conversation with someone that's a big Trump supporter. I don't really know I'm not really close friends with anybody that's a big Trump supporter.
Yeah.
And I would just like to talk to him like, yo, what is it about him? Because, you know, from my point of view, it just seems like a lot of hatred.
Yeah.
And a lot of, I don't know, man. I'm having a tough time describing it, but I don't understand. You know, I do understand people having Republican values.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm not going to hate on somebody for being a Republican.
Of course.
But it's just strange to see someone that kind of spews hatred and misinformation and kind of throws temper tantrums. It's just it's strange for that to be the president. But, you know, we're going to see what happens. Unless something wild and weird and crazy happens in the courts.
Like the courts and then things
that would.
I mean, we're still in 2020. We still got, what, a month and 3 weeks left of 2020. So you never know. Like, this movie's not over yet.
You know any Trump supporters?
Man, I don't know a single Trump supporter. That's like crazy. And like you were saying, I don't really knock nobody for what they believe in. I really don't care at the end of the day. But like you were saying, it's just like with him as a person and like the stuff that he be saying, I'd be like, I understand maybe if he had like different policies or something that you agreed with, maybe, but like as far as like some of the half of the shit that he said during like this to cause and ignite things to get started and like racially and stuff, you're just like, man. So then I'm assuming that, you know, that people who support him agree with that type of thing,
right? I mean, and there are single issue people like you know, I had a good friend growing up. I don't talk to him as much now, but he was Republican basically because of abortion. And he, you know, like some super religious people slide one way or the other because of maybe like one issue. But I don't know, man. I would love to like have a conversation with a Trump supporter and just see what's going on in the brain. Like, I don't know.
It'd be interesting because like, and then it's so funny that you say that because I think at the same time, like it had to be a conversation, but it had to be like such a neutral conversation,
right? Because
when it comes to politics, you know, it's hard to have a conversation sometimes because of how some people feel.
I mean, I have my opinion on things, but I don't have like solid factual super things that I can throw out at people. And I feel like some people are that way. Like some people that are probably like a super right-wing Democrat, right-wing Republican, they probably have these facts that they found somewhere, whether or not it's really a fact, and they'll just throw it at you. And then you'll just be like, okay. Yeah. So I have my beliefs, but I'm not probably the best in a debate if it was like a format like that. You know what I mean?
No, I wouldn't be the best either. And I have friends, like I think I might have told you of friends who are like big on like sort of going to the internet and like finding information and then like spewing it out and stuff. And then, but like me, I keep a lot of stuff to myself. I'm just like, nobody really gives a damn about what I think, man. It doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, I don't care what nobody else think. I'm just like, hey, do what you do. I'm gonna be over here. Right. And so, but yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be real interesting. It had to be with someone who was like, I think that from like if two people from the opposite party wanted to talk, it had to be like I said, neutral conversation, and somewhere would be like, why do you believe this? Because blah 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 or whatever. So, but I say all that to say, congratulations. Well, I can't even say talk today.
Congratulations, Joe Biden.
I'm a little too gone already. No, congratulations to Joe Biden for at the moment being like, you know, the next elect president, unless some wild crazy 2020 shit happen. Right. But going from the election, because I know people are like, man, I'm ready for this shit to be done. Get this shit out of here so we can just chill. The one of the things I wanted to talk to you about was I was like, as soon as I thought of it, I was like, oh, Jay, we got to talk about this on the podcast. Was and I know we spoke about it real briefly, nothing too crazy, but I told you about the article. You saw Spotify. Yeah. This goes to like all the artists, producers, or just whatever. If you're on Spotify with musicians, really an artist, but you see the thing that they're doing now, where basically Spotify will boost your music to get more, I guess, a little bit more reach. What were they saying? More in the discovery page.
I think they'll help you with in terms of the algorithm, right? Yeah, they'll help your music get out there.
Exactly, for a lower pay rate, right, with your music, right. And I know as soon as I saw that, I felt a way. because I know how I am. But I wanted to get your take on what you thought about it, and then I'll chime in.
All right, so what's your opinion on it? Because you have a strong opinion on it. I think I have an opposite opinion.
No, you probably do.
Okay.
The way that I feel about it, I think that I don't agree with basically that whole thing of like charging less to boost like this algorithm. It almost reminds me of like people who, when they talk to creatives, they're like, I'll give you exposure type of thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's what it reminds me of. And I'm like, I feel a lot, like a whole lot of ways like about that. And I don't agree with it. And because I was thinking about it for a minute over these past few days, I could see the benefits, but I feel like in the long run, it doesn't really help. Because I guess also this is a new thing. We don't know too much about it. Because my whole thing too was like, okay, cool. Let's say you opt in for this and the algorithm pushes you and you get more streams.
Right.
Is there a point at which you can opt out?
I think it's certain songs, but I'm not 100% positive.
Okay. And so to sort of like finish my part of it, I disagree with it because at the end of the day, I'm like, how much more is it really going to help?
Right.
My whole thing is. But then some people might say, hey, any help is good help.
Right.
You know. But like, well, how do you feel about it?
All right. So my opinion on it, let's talk about how much we get paid from Spotify.
It's like
Spotify pays, it's either 0.007 to 0.002 or 3 cents per stream. Oof. It depends on whether someone is a paid Spotify subscriber or a free Spotify. That's how much you get paid per stream. Yeah. So I think for people like us that are on the come up, right? Me personally, even though it is a little messed up, it seems a little weird, I would try it. And it's because, okay, let's say Spotify slashes your pay in half. Okay. So they're going to go from paying me 0.007 to 0.0035. Yeah. You're like, I'm going from half a penny to half a penny.
Yeah, from half of that half penny.
Yeah. So in my eyes, give me some exposure. Even though it's messed up, you're cutting my pay. You can cut it in half. I don't care. They're paying me half of a penny. Yeah. So pay me half of a penny less, and maybe I can make more pennies. Because I would love for them to put me in front of more people. Now, I think people on a medium level of success might not want to do it. People on a major level of success don't have no reason to do it. Why would Drake do it?
Yeah, exactly.
So I think this affects people in the middle more than anybody else. People on the lower level, like the come up level,
like they're close, they're right there, but they're not like, you know.
Even though it's messed up, I don't see why you wouldn't want to do it.
I feel it. I think maybe because at first I had a knee-jerk reaction to be like, man, fuck that shit, get the shit out of here, you know, as like as an artist. But like, I guess my whole thing is I probably need to do more research unless like it hasn't come out yet as to, because I just haven't seen anything else about it besides like the article. I think the Fader had posted it or whatever.
Now it's one thing if they're just saying, hey, we're going to help you and we're just going to cut your pay in half and we're not even going to help you. Because of what if every artist opts in? Exactly. How do you give every artist more exposure?
That was like another thing that I'm glad you brought that up, because I was thinking, I'm like, so then what if everybody, not everybody's going to do it, but like a good amount of people opt in. Right. Then it's like, okay, how does this work now? Like, you know, is there really a benefit? Does it get oversaturated?
I don't know.
And so, but I definitely feel where you're coming from, because I mean, at this point, like with us trying to come up, you're like, man, what could it hurt? Right. You know, you're like, you know, if you get into more ears and cool. But like I said, I think my whole thing, I guess, comes from, okay, let's say you opt in it. Are they like, all right, that's it, you can't never opt out?
I don't know how it works. Yeah. I thought it was on a track basis. Like, here, you pick a track. Okay. And then they're going to give you a slight boost. Do you want the option? Right.
Yeah, to boost us? Right. And so
I'm not positive though.
Yeah. It's just real interesting, because I think in the same article they were talking about, there was a union of artists that were like petitioning to try to get Spotify to pay at least 1 cent.
Now that would be fire.
That would be amazing. That'd be awesome. And I'd be like, you ain't gotta boost me, just give me for like, because like you can make, like, if that was the case. But then I remember I was watching a video on YouTube, someone who's also talking about it. They were like, well, I don't think they'll ever do that, just for the simple fact that a lot, like Spotify probably go broke, right, because of how many thousands of plays, having to pay that consistently, you know. Right. And so, but it's like real interesting. Yeah. So yeah, but if y'all feel a type of way, we actually should probably put in the Gmail. Like, send a message or something to our Gmail, our podcast Gmail.
Yeah. Email us.
Email us if you feel on your opinion about this whole Spotify thing. If you're like an artist or musician, hit us up at the notallhere podcast@gmail.com. Let us know what you think. Maybe, get a few responses. We'll read it over the air in the next episode or something.
Right.
But going from that, I actually had one thing that I wanted you to talk about, because you know more about this than I do.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't know what the hell this app is or anything like that, or this app, the Clubhouse app. Can you sort of explain for those who don't know? Just go more in depth, because I know a little bit, but not that much.
All right. So I'm not on it. I just look at social media too much, and I see people talk about it. That's why I'm aware of it. Clubhouse is this new app that's super popping. It's kind of a networking app. It's kind of a chat app, but I think the reason it's popping is because it's exclusive. You can only get on there if you get an invite. Someone has to invite you. Also, people only have one invite per person. So it's super exclusive, hard to get on there. Basically, it's just an app where everybody goes on there and talks. Someone creates a room about a topic, and then everybody goes there and talks, networks, listens. I get it. I don't really want to do it, but I've seen people say it's amazing for networking, for creatives, for producers. I mean, I've seen rooms, just pictures or like a not a video screenshot, a screen recording of like a room, and there's giant people in the room. There's huge songwriters. There's huge A&Rs, and they're just in there talking, giving advice, talking about, whatever. So yeah, that's what it is.
It's really interesting to me, because I'm just like, it's kind of crazy for something like that to come out now. I guess I think it's because with the way social media works now, I feel like even though it's exclusive, because I remember you were telling me about some of the rooms that some people might have screen recorded or just whatever. And after a while, I'm like, it's so exclusive. But for me, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just who I am as a person. I feel like I'm not really missing out on nothing, because I'm just I feel like this is just another form of, whenever these big songwriters or big execs just randomly meet people in the streets, but it just happens to be on the app, and you're trying to put a bug in their ear, or you're trying to try to get in, move forward and stuff. It's interesting. I'll give it that.
Right.
It was funny because I remember I saw Illmind was on there, and it's funny because we don't have access to that because we're not in there.
Right.
It, from the screenshot that I saw, I'm like, man, it looks like something from the 2000s or something. But I guess I'm trying to understand the benefit of one, how difficult it is to get on there, and then also I feel like this only affects really the top tier people, and maybe the people that are right below them.
Well, I think it's gonna trickle down to everyone eventually. And I was telling you about this the other day. This guy I follow, he was talking about the reason things pop kind of social media wise, or even products in general, are not because of what they offer, but because of what they don't offer, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So think about Twitter. Twitter became popular because it was only 140 characters. Yeah. Super concise, small, just these quick, shots of information. Yeah. Facebook became popular because it was exclusive. You had at first you had to have a college email in order to even get on Facebook. Yep. So it's this whole thing about being exclusive. Instagram became popular at first because it was only pictures. Yeah. That's all you could do on there. Exactly. Clubhouse is popular right now because it's this exclusive thing. It's this club. Everybody wants to be in on this new thing. Snapchat became popular because you can only see things for 24 hours. Yeah. Boom, it's gone. It's like this exclusive, in the moment type thing. And I think that's what people crave. Maybe subconsciously, or I don't know. I'm not going to try to get deep in it, but people, if we're sitting on the couch and we're just looking at our phone, I guess your phone can lend you an experience. It can give you something to do. And maybe you want to see these experiences that only happen once. You know what I mean?
It makes sense. I could see that. I guess maybe what I'm trying to understand, this almost seems like a promo run for the app, just because it's most of the time people who make apps, you're most of them, you're trying to make money. Like, you're trying to make the money. So if it's exclusive, or you want a lot of engagement and a lot of people, so for this to be exclusive, it almost feels like, I wonder if the person or whoever created this, whatever company, is like, yo, let me reach out to the people that I know to get on there to make it exclusive in this music industry area. And then once the demand is there to be like, yo, how do I join? Right. Then it's like, you know what? It's open to the public. Everybody can get on there. And then they don't have all of this people log in, sign up or whatever.
I think that'll happen eventually.
Yeah. But then I feel like once that happens, it loses its value.
Well, that's when it'll actually, I don't know. Because Facebook initially was popular because no one could get on there except college students, right? It became a valuable thing. But then when they let the whole world in, became super valuable because the whole world wanted in.
See, but I think the difference between Facebook and this app is like this app, the Clubhouse app, seems to be geared towards like a certain like section of people. So like you got your artists, you got your musicians. Facebook's open to everybody.
Right.
Everybody can get on Facebook.
Right.
You don't necessarily have to have a career in music.
Well, I think that's what we're seeing. I think Clubhouse is for anybody. Like, they have stupid rooms on there too. Just when I say stupid, I mean fun. People just talking shit. They have random rooms on there. It's not only music, but me and you, we're kind of in the music world. Yeah. So we're seeing it through the eyes of these music people that use it.
Gotcha.
There's also tech people on there. I know somebody that's on there. They want to be like a venture capitalist tech type situation. So they got rooms for that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was only for music.
It's not only for that, but I think that's where it's really prevalent in, and also where we're seeing it because we're kind of sort of in that world.
See, now that you said that, it makes me think, I feel like they're doing this to sort of be like, we're about to kill Instagram.
I mean, everybody would love to be the next Instagram.
Yeah, exactly. Man. So they're like, we need to make this app real exclusive. And then once we go public, because think about it, because then maybe what if they're following in like Facebook steps? And they're just like, we're being real exclusive. But then one day we're just going to open up the floodgates and everybody going to jump on there. You know?
Makes sense.
That's why I think Instagram's so popular, because they're able to adapt. They're like, we're just going to take things from other apps and like rework it.
Well, they've gotten so big now, they can just do whatever, I think.
Yeah. I'm about to say, and then Instagram's owned by Facebook.
Yeah.
So it's like, they're like, well, might as well keep on growing. So it's going to be interesting to see where this app goes, man.
Didn't Instagram start out as some kind of marine thing? I could be all the way wrong, but I heard something weird about Instagram one time. It started out as something different.
Yeah, I think it started off as something different. I don't know about marine thing. But
should I Google that real quick?
I was like, you could probably Google it, but I can't remember. Like, yeah, it had a different thing.
Yeah,
because like every app like that, like Facebook started off as something, like you said, to connect people that were in college.
Well, Facebook, didn't it start out as ratings? Mark Zuckerberg and his boys were trying to rate girls. Was that
girls,
right?
That's right.
Like give them a rating?
Yeah. And so that makes sense. And then it transformed into this whole thing. But yeah, Instagram, I can't remember what its original purpose was. And then it just flipped and became this giant monster that we all know today and use.
Okay, I guess I was wrong. Okay. Instagram started as a prototype app of an idea originally called Bourbon, which allowed people to check in where they are on their mobile web app.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting how all these apps, like how they evolve, and they're like, this thing was just used so that way you could say you were here. Like, and then it becomes a whole other different thing.
Yep.
That's hilarious. So enough about the news. No. Let's get into, I don't know what you want to call this segment.
Yo, so I'm going to tell y'all the important news that's happening around the world. I know Donald Trump just got elected. Got de-elected, demoted. The opposite of elected.
He got fired.
Delected.
Delected.
Here's the important news that really happened, okay? We're not going to hide the news from y'all. This is the real shit. You ready, E?
Let's do it.
All right. Costco dropped Chicoa coconut milk over allegations of forced monkey labor.
Yo, hold on. What?
Do you have any thoughts?
How is it? Like, I wonder. Hold on. So, Chicoa coconut milk?
Yes. So, PETA investigations from its Asia division found cruelty to monkeys at farms and facilities used by Thepadungporn Coconut Company. I swear this is real. I think their name is Thepadungporn. According to the animal rights group, when not being forced to pick coconuts or perform in circus-style shows for tourists, the animals were kept tethered, chained to old tires, or confined to cages barely larger than their bodies.
Holy crap.
Monkey labor. That's crazy. Would you drink that milk?
I mean, how good the drink? No, I'm joking. No, I wouldn't.
Yo, you know what I was thinking?
What?
You know how your first day on the job always kind of sucks?
Yeah.
As like a human being, imagine going to work and then they just walk you into this room and he's like, hey, here's all your coworkers.
Yo.
You know how your coworkers on your first day of the job, they kind of look at you funny? Like,
yeah, they're
this
like,
motherfucker.
We got a new person here.
Imagine you got like a room full of monkeys.
Oh my God. You're like, what the hell?
All right. Story number 1. All right, we're going to keep the important news rolling.
Yep. Cockfighting
raid turns deadly in Philippines. Rooster attacks and kills police officer.
What?
A police officer was killed during a raid on an illegal cockfighting event in the Philippines where a rooster with a blade on its leg slashed the cop, causing a fatal wound.
Damn.
Thoughts?
That dude, that's a crazy rooster.
It's a bad way to go out.
Man, can you imagine like being at the eulogy and like people saying,
oh my God,
he was a great officer, a great husband, father. And it's so sad to see that he had to go by rooster. Like he had to go out because a rooster killed him.
Oh, it's terrible.
That's wild. Awful. But I mean, that like, first of all, why is that what they be doing in cockfights?
I didn't know they had blades attached.
Yeah, I thought
they
just like in those things like they would just fight each other with their feet or whatever.
I think this is actually legal in the Philippines. For some reason, they raided this one. But I think animal fighting might be legal down there in certain, which is kind of crazy.
That's wild, and that's crazy to think that they have knives on them. What if like one of them had a gun on them or something? You're like, but anyway.
All right. Moving on. More important news. This is a real story. This is not fake news. President Trump's Twitter was accessed by a security expert who guessed his password correctly last week. It took him only 5 tries to guess his password.
Yo, I believe that 100%.
See if you can guess it. It's not very hard. It has letters and numbers and one symbol.
And one symbol?
You get 5 guesses.
Okay. Let's see. The first guess.
It's pretty simple.
This is where like some Jeopardy music start playing.
R.I.P. Alex Trebek.
Oh, yeah. R.I.P. man.
R.I.P. Alex.
Good one gone too soon. I'm going to say the first guess. Trump 2021 exclamation point.
Close, but no.
Ooh, okay. See,
you have the right format.
Okay. Okay. Redhead 234.
No.
Damn.
Okay, that's 2 guesses.
Okay, 2 guesses. So, but I'm on that first one. That's the right.
That was the right format.
Okay.
It's an exclamation mark. I'll give you that. That's the.
Okay. So that's the only thing I write.
Yep.
Damn. Okay. Prez 2021. Like
close, but no.
Okay. So the only thing. Okay. Damn. Let me see. What is it? Oh, MAGA 2021.
Ooh,
exclamation point.
So close. You missed by one thing.
One
thing. One little. This is your last try. You said MAGA 2021 exclamation mark.
Is it MAGA 2020?
Boom.
Wow.
That was his password.
Holy shit. Wow.
You could have logged into Donald Trump's
his Twitter.
And he didn't have, the thing, 2-factor authorization.
Oh, he didn't have that on?
He didn't have that turned on.
Wow.
This guy, he was a Dutch security researcher, and he was just doing it just for the fuck of it, just for fun.
And he's like, oh, shit.
He actually logged in, and then he was like, oh, shit. So then he contacted, someone's calling me right now. Sorry about that. Then he contacted U.S. CERT, a division of Homeland Security, cyber unit, and infrastructure security agency, just to let them know,
wow,
hey, I'm in y'all's Twitter. Don't come after me. I figured it out. I'm a security guy, blah, blah, blah.
Holy crap.
Right.
Yo, that's crazy. You mean to tell me I could have logged into his Twitter? They probably changed the password like three or four times. They're like, Trump, don't worry about it. We're gonna make your password.
They changed it after that.
That's wild. Cause that was too easy. Cause you got to think you're like it's not that hard. And like, okay, what would he put? 2021, something like that. And you're like, wait a second, what's that for? MAGA. And I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Right.
Wow.
That was his password.
God damn, I got it right on the fifth one.
All right, last piece of news, really important. I don't know if you've seen this. There's a website that shows where the ice cream machines are working at McDonald's. Have you seen this?
I've heard something about that. I didn't look into it, but I heard about it.
You can go to this thing. It shows you where they're working around the entire country. The way they do it, you can order food online. They have a robot that orders $18,000 worth of mixed sundaes every 30 minutes.
What the hell?
And then it cancels the order. It just doesn't complete it. So it probably drives McDonald's insane. Like every McDonald's store gets a
ordering these 18,000 sundaes like
every 30 minutes.
That's wild. But I think I had seen I didn't know that the robot did that.
Right.
I had seen something to where there was a website that shows, hey, you can look here to see if the machine's working.
That's it.
Because like it's the machine's not even broken. They say this because they have to clean it because of like bacteria and stuff. Yeah. That's so funny. Like I didn't know about that. That's hilarious. What if like one day the order just didn't get canceled? He's like, hey, you got to make 18,000 sundaes. You're like, what the hell?
Don't ever look at videos about those machines.
Don't?
They're gross.
Are they? Oh, is there stuff in there that you never want to see?
You don't. It'll make you not want to order them.
Wow.
That's why they don't work, because they don't want to clean them because they're nasty.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That's crazy. That makes sense. It's kind of like you never really want to know how your food's made.
Yes.
You're just like, I ain't got to see that. Just give me the food.
All right. So that was the most important news last week. Right above Joe Biden getting elected. That was the most important news.
Keyword above.
Yes.
No. So moving on to another, what I think is like an important topic, and I think that people probably fight about this every single day. And I think that people get into fist fights, people go to jail over this.
Whoa.
Is top 5 cereals. We're doing top 5. This is like probably going to be a new segment. Top 5.
Top 5.
This is top 5. And today we're talking about cereals. Okay. And I want to know, do you know by hand, or not by hand, but like off the top of your head, what are your top 5?
Yes.
You don't have to put them in an order or anything, just what you consider the 5 best.
Look, if Cinnamon Toast Crunch isn't in your top 5, I question you as a human. There's something wrong with you. You're probably racist. You could possibly be a Nazi. Possibly. Or you're allergic to cinnamon. If you're allergic to cinnamon, you get a pass.
Yeah, and all these people like, I'm allergic, I'm racist. Like,
Cinnamon Toast Crunch is number 1 in my category.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Frosted Flakes. It's a classic.
Yeah, classic.
Can't go wrong with Frosted Flakes.
Gotcha. Good.
I'm gonna go with another classic.
Uh-huh.
People may not, appreciate this one. Honey Nut Cheerios. Very simple.
Very simple.
Classic.
Very.
You know what I mean?
Very dad cereal.
For me, Frosted Mini Wheats.
Wow.
Yes,
Okay, that was a surprise. I didn't think you would say that.
Okay. And then number 5 is tough for me, but I'm gonna go with Apple Jacks.
Apple Jacks. Wow.
Yes.
There's probably a lot of people yelling at their car stereo and their phone.
Look, some people love sugar too much. Y'all need to get off of the sugar. The kids that grew up on Lucky Charms,
oh my God,
have mental problems. You got too much sugar.
Yeah.
Is Lucky Charms in your top 5?
No, it's not.
Okay, good.
It's not.
Okay.
It's so funny because when I had seen this topic and you had mentioned Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and I was like, it's crazy how I could envision and be like, oh, I remember what that tastes like. It tastes good.
Wait, you haven't had it in?
No, I haven't had it in forever. Because
What?
I haven't eaten cereal bro, I think the last time I had cereal was like, what am I? I'm 31 now. I probably haven't had it since I was like in my early 20s.
What?
Yeah, I just haven't had cereal.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I've had cereal. And so, but Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I'll put it in my top 5. It's not at the top.
Okay.
It's not at the top, but it's in my top 5.
What's number 1?
Wow, people are about to like light me up over here. Number 1,
Raisin Bran.
Raisin Bran. No. There's been days where I had to eat Raisin Bran because that's all we had. But No, I would say probably. Let me think. Running down. Number one is probably for me, Frosted Mini Wheats.
Oh,
I actually really like Frosted Mini Wheats because it's so filling.
Right.
You ain't gotta have a lot.
It's
you
good
just
little squares, man.
Yeah,
good little blocks, man.
And then especially like the strawberry kind. I like to mix it up.
I like the blueberry.
Blueberry's good too.
Yes.
I'm also. This is a very boring cereal. What I'm about to say, because like I actually grew up on this. Is Rice Chex.
Rice Chex.
Like the it's like
I don't know those.
You don't know Rice Chex?
Is it like Rice Krispies?
No, not Rice Krispies. They're there's like these little squares. Literally, there's no sugar on them.
Does it taste like Life? Have you had Life?
I think it tastes a little bit like Life, but it has a little variation to it. And so, but I used to eat Chex growing up so much, and like it was real simple, real plain, wasn't nothing too exciting about them, but I liked them.
Right.
The next one I'm gonna say is Fruit Loops. I like Fruit Loops.
That was my favorite as a kid. I literally ate it so much that I grew to hate it. I can't even eat it now.
Wow.
Yes.
Toucan Sam, you was like, get the hell out of my house.
Yep. I got like a small thing back there in the back. I haven't eaten them.
Oh wow.
Because I just bought it and I'm like, oh man, I can't do it. I buy these little things. They're only $1. It's like
the
little
little cups. Yeah.
Yep.
That's hilarious. So I'll say Fruit Loops is up there. I'm trying to think of before I list the next one because I already said Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So there's like one more. I want to say, man, I really enjoy Kix.
Kicks aren't Kicks are for
Kicks are for kids.
Or for tricks.
What?
Tricks are for kids. Tricks are for kids.
Tricks are for kids. I'm talking about Kix. Kix.
Okay.
But I ate those a lot too growing up, and they're like these little balls, and they're like good, and then you just pour some milk in them.
Right.
You don't need nothing else, no sugar, no nothing. And so I had all that. I would say honorable mention, Frosted Flakes. Love Frosted Flakes.
It needs to be in the top 5.
Frosted Flakes is interchangeable with Kix. So
I'm not on the Kick bandwagon.
What the hell?
Oh, Captain Crunchberry. Maybe that. Oh,
bro, know this is all right. So this is a random little side story, but I did not have Captain Crunch until I was like 22 years old.
Really?
I'm dead serious because I don't know, like it wasn't real popular among the people like my friends and stuff.
Right.
They were always eating Fruity Pebbles, and I never really liked Fruity Pebbles.
Me neither.
And so Captain Crunch came later, but then it wasn't until nobody told me and warned me that when you eat Captain Crunch, you're gonna mess up your gums when you eat them things. Like,
say what?
There's this thing with Captain Crunch where when you put it in and then you pour the milk, like if you you can't eat it like right then and there. You have to give it a second.
You got faulty teeth.
No,
something's wrong with your teeth.
No, I'm talking about my gums.
You can't eat it.
My gums, and so like it scratches the roof of your gums. It's a known thing. And so like
I got invincible gums.
You probably do.
I'm unaffected.
Or you got a lot of scars on your gums.
I'm unaffected, bro.
That's hilarious. No,
it's a known thing.
Yeah, everybody. That's like the one thing that everybody always talks about, where they're like, they mess up the roof of your gums. Really? And so I remember a few times when I first ate it, I was like, why do my gums hurt? I was like, why does this?
What?
Either I got soft gums or something, but yeah, but like Captain Crunch was never too big, and then when I had it, I was like, it's okay, and so, yeah.
That was an amazing debate.
That's the first top 5. Also,
amazing debate.
If y'all got any top 5s we should discuss, shoot us an email at the notallhere@gmail.com or follow us on Instagram at Not All Here Podcast.
Not All Here Podcast.
Shoot us a DM or comment on one of our clips like y'all should do top 5 so and so.
If Cinnamon Toast Crunch is not in your top 5, do not DM us.
Yo, it'd be so funny if Cinnamon Toast Crunch DM'd us and like, yo,
we need a sponsorship.
We need to sponsor the podcast. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, if you listening, bro.
Yes.
Shoot us a sponsorship and then just like send us a bunch of like boxes of cinnamon
I'm
toast.
gonna reach out though.
Exactly. That'd be hilarious. All right, moving on to another segment here that we got that we feel like is necessary is we want to give out some entrepreneur advice because, we're in the music industry, we're in the game. We're trying to be out here, and there's a lot of people who are trying to do that. So why not, give out some advice to help people? Because it never hurts to help.
Yeah, man.
Put out some information like that. I know Jetty has some information that he wants to like talk about that could possibly help out anybody.
Yeah, man. So right now, I kind of do I do a lot of different things, to kind of bring
a lot of things.
Right. And one thing that I see people having a problem with, I think people are too worried about being official. And so people think it needs to be super official so they never get started. You know, sometimes I'll be having conversations or just see people kind of like from back where I'm from talk about certain things, and they'll be like, oh, I got to get my LLC. I got to do this. I got to get it registered. I got to be official. Okay. Those are great things to do. But honestly, if you're not jumping out there because of these things, you're only using those things as an excuse. Yeah. Really? I mean, people get worried about, you know, oh, I got to file for an LLC. LLC is basically just limited liability. Exactly. What that means is that if someone sues you, they're suing your company. They're not suing you as a person. Exactly. Thanks, Tails. He's adding to the conversation. But basically, why even be worried about that? What product are you making? Are you worried about getting sued? Yeah. I mean, I'm not telling people not to go get an LLC, but what I'm saying is people are scared to jump out there before they're official. Don't worry about being official. Like what it is, you look at people that are on and you think, you know, you try to start your own thing and then it doesn't look as good as their thing. You're looking at people that are at the top of their game at whatever it is. Exactly. Say you're selling cupcakes. You look at some person that's got fire cupcakes and you're like, oh, my cupcakes aren't like theirs. Yeah. Or say you're doing a podcast. You look at Joe Rogan, be like, oh, I'm not going to get started until like I'm official. You know what I mean? Exactly. So you're comparing yourself to someone in the top of that realm, someone at the top of their game. When they first started, it looks nothing like what it is now. So don't worry about being too official, man. I see that so much. Also, people just use it as like a crutch or an excuse to not even get started. Like, it doesn't look right. It doesn't matter if it doesn't look right. You got to start selling it. You got to start somewhere. So if that's you, if you're somebody that, oh, I went on the government website and I couldn't figure out how to do it, so I never got started, man, start selling. Right now is like an amazing time to sell things online. I mean, I can give y'all advice on how to try find customers for literally anything on Instagram. I mean, right now, the digital age, we all have a phone in our pockets, right? Yep. We all have access to Instagram. So it don't matter what you're selling. If you're selling cupcakes, you can go find cupcake pages, find people that are liking these posts. These are people that like cupcakes. That's your customer base. If you're doing podcasts, go find somebody, you know, that has a podcast who likes that stuff. That's your customer base. So I just see a lot of people not get started. And I just wanted to kind of go on that quick little mini rant about that. You got any thoughts on that? No, I definitely agree 100% because I think most of the time it kind of reminds me of like me when I first got started. For those who don't know, I used to do a lot of like photography and videography for a lot of like hip hop artists because I'm originally from Arkansas, but then I moved out here and it's been like 4 or 5 years now or something since I've been out here, early 2015, I think, and 15 or 16. And bro, like I didn't have an LLC for like the longest. I was just out here shooting. Right. Like I was just out here like taking photos, doing whatever, just trying to be seen. And so you most of the time like yes, that's important, but it's not something that you need at the very beginning. Right. And so it's like you need to hone in on your craft or hone in on whatever you're trying to do and like just focus on doing that. And then once the time comes to where like you're like, okay, because it's one thing if you ain't got the funds to do it, right? Versus like later on when you're like, okay, you know what, you're about to take some big steps and you need to do some things to make it a business and stuff. Then cool, that's when it's right. Or if you have the ability to do it. And so I agree 100%. I say too, another thing that's important, it's like you were saying, do not compare yourself to the people at the top. Right. Never do that. Yeah. Because I know me and you've had this conversation before where we were talking about Joe Rogan, speaking on him. And you had told me, you were like, man, I saw one of his first few like podcast episodes and you were like, yo, this shit was whack. Like, like it's just him and a friend. I apologize, Joe. I don't think you're going to hear this. No, Joe probably won't hear this. No, I apologize. Maybe one day we'll be on his podcast. But you're like, everybody, it's that phrase that you have to start somewhere. Right. You know, and that's the whole thing. And so it's the same way that goes with this. One day you were like, I remember last year you were like, we should do a podcast. Right. Yep. And I was like,
okay, cool, all right, whatever. And then one day I was like, man, let's just fucking do it.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it's good to have this and then get better at us doing the podcast and hone in on the craft. Same goes for music. Like, you don't need the most expensive thing at the beginning.
No.
Like a lot of great people started off on some crappy shit.
Right.
And now they're making amazing things. It's just they mastered the skill with what they had. And so I agree 100%. And then also, man, I would say another big thing for entrepreneurs is, man, try to find other people who kind of want to do the same thing, but in different areas, if that makes sense. So like, if you want to start a business, maybe there's somebody out there who knows more about finances or like knows how to like look into loans and stuff like that. Like, and they all want to grow at the same time. So, cause it's one thing to do everything by yourself, but it also helps when you got people there who might know more than you.
Yeah, of course.
And so I'd say just, man, never stop and just keep going. Take a break every now and then, but other than that, just keep going.
Yeah, man. Don't lean on excuses. Yeah. I think winners don't even look at excuses. I mean, obviously they're there. It's a problem, but I think people lean on their excuses. They have an excuse and then they use that as a reason not to do something. Yeah. Where people that win take an excuse and just act like it doesn't exist. Figure out a workaround for it. Yeah. Yeah. And then I think too, don't be scared to fail. Don't be scared, because I think we most of the time, I guess it's just like we're always in our own heads, but failures are good lessons. Like you can learn from them. Yeah. And so like sometimes we're like, man, I ain't gonna do this because there's a chance that it might not go the way I think it's gonna go. Just do it, man. And then like from it, you'll be like, okay, it might not have gone the way that I wanted to, but I know how for the future how to make it go that way. Exactly. Or how to make it favorable for yourself. And so it's all about adding experience, and that's like the key word for me. So, all right. So this is the not all here moment for the week for both of us. You said you got a couple?
Yeah, I got two. Now I'm gonna do one this time, and then I'll do the next one for the next episode.
All right. What are they?
So one of them is being in a trap house and not knowing it, and then the second one is being run over.
Oh. I got to hear about you getting run over, yo.
Okay.
I got it. This sounds
all right,
great.
so this is my not all here moment. So this happened when I was like 12 or 13. Uh-huh. Now, for those who don't know, I was a bad little kid. Like I always got into trouble. And like, it wasn't until later till I was like, all right, let me chill out.
You're like the opposite of a bad kid to me.
No, I know. It's so funny because now I'm just like, man, I don't want no drama. I don't want none of this. But anyway, when I was a kid, I was just running around. I was just like adventurous and shit. So I remember back in the day, we lived, me and my mom and my two sisters and my little brother, we all lived in this like 2-bedroom house. Mm-hmm. And my mom had like this van. Now, when I say van, she had like a, you remember those vans that were like squares? Yeah. And they had like a, kind of like how minivans have those rolling doors. Mm-hmm. Basically had the same thing. Okay. So, and at our house we had this gate. We still have the gate to this day. Okay. We had this gate that it's like the old school. It's on some rocks, and it's like it has like the little lever to close it. Uh-huh. And so my mom one day she's gonna go somewhere to like the store or the grocery store or something, and she goes, "Elias, can you go open the gate?" Mm-hmm. I'm like, "Yeah, I'll go do it, Mom." I'm like 12 or 13 at this point. She's like, "Yeah, I'll go do it." So I'm over here getting out the van, go open the gate, and you have to swing it because it's a long gate. Uh-huh. And so I open it, and then when I swing it open, I'm thinking I should go get it back in the van. But then a part of me looks, and on most cars you have like the tail of it, and sometimes they have like not even a ledge, but like something that you can step on to get up. Uh-huh. And so something like that. So I go, you know what would be cool if I sat on it and I held on to the door while she reverses out of this yard. And so I'm like, all right, cool. So I open the gate, I go back and I sit on it. And it's like the smallest little like edge. Uh-huh. It's not even a lot of space. I'm not meant to sit on there. And so I sit on there and I'm holding on to the door. And this is a door that swings open. So my mom's like, where are you? I'm like, you're good, Mom. You can go ahead and start reversing. You're fine. And she goes, okay. So what I didn't realize was that the door was open. It wasn't locked. Because usually when it's locked, it doesn't open at all. And you can pull on the lever, nothing's going to happen.
I thought you went to go open it.
No. I'm talking about the gate for the yard.
Okay.
Yeah. But now I'm talking about the van door.
Oh, okay.
The back of the van door.
Gotcha.
And so I sit on the back, and I'm holding on, and she starts going back slowly, and then she does like a little brake check, like a little bit, which causes me to like oh shit. So I hold on to the lever of the door, which then causes the door to open, and it swings and it takes me with it, and I'm like, oh shit. And then she still is backing up. So what ends up happening is I end up like under the van, and it's like still coming towards me, and I'm like, oh shit.
So you fell on the ground at this
I fell
point.
on the ground, and I'm on like rocks and stuff or whatever. And then like my mom she's backing up, and I'm like, I can't say anything. It's like happening so fast. The van runs over my right leg and my left leg.
Oh shit.
And so, but like it runs over like not my like where the bottom where my calf is, but more where my thighs are at. So it goes doof, like, but like the first one goes doof, and then the next one she's like, what the fuck am I running over? And then like the next one she's not going over completely. You just hear like she's trying to go over it.
You weren't yelling?
No. And then after that first one I was like, I'm just yelling. And she's like, what's going on? And then she runs over the second one.
Or then she hit the gas.
Yeah. And then she stops after my second leg. And then like she puts it in park. She comes running out, and I'm on the floor, and I'm like, just yelling like crazy and crying. And she's like, oh my God, what happened? And I was like, I got ran over. And then she grabs me and she picks me up with like not even checking on my legs to make sure I can stand or whatever. I can stand. My legs were so tough that I could stand after it.
Dang.
It just felt like it was something heavy, but it didn't break anything. And then she goes, oh my God, are you okay? Can you move? Can you walk? And I'm like, yeah. And then she just hits me over the head and she goes, you idiot.
So she ran over you and then hit you in the head.
Yeah.
Got
and
it.
then she was like, go take a shower. So
the shower is the thing you needed.
Yeah. So I go to the shower, bro, and I'm taking a shower, and I'm in there crying. Like I'm in there like, oh, my legs. But like I kid you not, bro, like 10 minutes later, I was running around again.
Wow.
I was just like running around. And then like my brain didn't register like, oh, hey, a van ran over you. Like,
damn.
And what's hilarious is like,
how old were you?
I was like 12 or 13.
Okay.
And it's funny because my little brother who's younger, the same thing happened to him.
So your mom just runs over people.
But the second time wasn't his fault. It was actually my little sister.
Oh, okay.
And so it was crazy. This is really random short one where across the street from our house was our mailbox. We like my stepdad at the time, he had made it. And so we had a mailbox. And what we would always do when we come home is, because it's not close to the house, she would pull up to him and be like, hey, get the mail, whatever. So my little brother opens the sliding door, and she's like, my little brother's name's Vince. She goes, Vince, grab the mail for me. He's like, okay. So he opens the door before we stop. And then my little sister, she goes, pushes him, and then he falls forward, and she runs over both of his legs too.
Damn.
And then she goes, oh my God.
And then she hit him in the head.
No, she got mad at my little sister that time.
He went to go take a shower.
No, but yeah, we have that in common where we both got run over, but he's fine. Like nothing happened. Like it's so crazy, like how tough the body is. And so we were like, all right, bet. But
I feel like
super wild.
Maybe as kids we're more indestructible.
Probably.
I feel like if me or you got run over right now,
oh boy, I'm about to be in the hospital.
We would be fucked.
Yeah, the body just, I feel like when you're younger, your body's like, oh, whatever, we can do this.
Right.
I think it works the same way that when you drink like alcohol when you're younger, like you can drink a lot and be like, oh, I'll be fine. But then as you get older, your body's like, nah, man, we can't keep doing this, bro.
That's crazy.
You putting us through hell.
All right. So I'm gonna go with a short one.
All right.
I got two. You can pick.
Okay.
Amish or using the bathroom at Walmart.
Wow, what two opposite ends of the world? You got Amish who probably don't even know about Walmart, and you got Walmart. Let me pick. I think Walmart. Walmart. Pretty
right.
Funny.
This is the more boring story. I don't even know how to tell this story well. It's probably not that interesting.
Okay.
So I used to work at Picture Me Portrait Studio. I used to take pictures of babies. That was one of my jobs. It was a strange time in life. But so the studio is inside of Walmart.
Okay.
So I had to go use the bathroom. So I left my studio, put up a little, away sign, went to go use the bathroom. I was in there for a minute, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Had to do, number 2, I was in there for a minute.
So. You about to blow it up.
Just sometimes you want to get away from your job and then you just go back there for a while, you know what I mean? So,
I feel you.
So I was back there and, I did my business, right? Mm-hmm. So I used the bathroom.
Okay.
Then I am leaving the bathroom.
Okay.
And then I open the door and I walk out and there's an entire store of people staring at me. I'm talking 100, 200 people packed into this small area. So I open the door, I step out. Literally everyone turns to look at me.
Whoa. It's like, oh shit.
I'm like, what the fuck? Like, my brain doesn't register.
Yeah.
So then I'm just like, well, shit, I guess I'm going to just stand here too. I don't know what's going on. So there was a tornado warning and they evacuated everyone to the back of the store.
Oh, wow.
I was in the bathroom. I had no clue.
Oh.
So then I left the bathroom. There's 100, 200 people. And I guess maybe they didn't know I was in there. And then I opened the door. Literally, the whole store is just staring at me. I don't know what's going on.
That's
so hilarious. I'm just like, all right, I'm going to just stand here. I don't know what the fuck is happening right now.
Yo.
I don't even know how I figured it out. I think I might have asked someone like, hey.
I would have been like, why y'all looking at me? Like, I'd been like, what the hell?
It creeped me out. Because, you don't expect it.
Yeah.
It was. It felt like an ambush.
That's. I'm about to say, you over here just in the bathroom, just chilling, and you come out. Oh,
bruh, and nobody said anything. It's like the door opened and just everybody just.
They're like, so it was you in there tearing it up. No.
Yeah. So that's my story. I had a short one.
That's hilarious. Yeah. I'd be like, what the hell y'all looking at? Like, everybody does this. No, that's wild. Yeah, that's crazy. Woo. Well, that was the Not All Here moments that we always have here with the Not All Here podcast. We want to thank y'all for tuning in to episode 2 of Not All Here podcast. I am Easy L.
I am Jettison Bombardier, JRB the producer, all that other stuff, John, whatever.
And you can follow the Not All Here podcast and on Instagram, which is Not All Here podcast.
Yep, that's it.
Okay, follow us on there. Stay tuned for like future episodes that we got or anything that we got going on. You can also follow our personal pages. It's Easy L. That's ITS Easy L. And
you can follow me at JRB the producer on all networks. Also, my music group. Cool Ass People, COOLASSPPL.
Stay up to date with us, following us on our social media pages, and for any future episodes. And you can always, if you got any suggestions, man, for like a top 5 or something like that, or just cool topics, hit us up at the Not All Here podcast at gmail.com. And man, we'll go ahead and take a look at it. We'll even mind if it's good enough, we'll probably read it over the air.
Yo.
So appreciate y'all for tuning in on episode 2. We'll see y'all on episode 3. Yep.